Hello first grade students, this is Mr. Bigay. It is Wednesday, January 20, 2021. Look at your screen as we are going to continue our math lesson for the week. Now, boys and girls, we've been focusing on subtraction equations. Remember, subtraction equations mean you're minusing, you're taking away something away from whatever problem they're telling you. Now, look on your screen as the cursor is now moving on to our math presentation. Here's Jada again. Look, Jada gave us a problem to solve and share. Now, let's read it together. Amy had 7 cupcakes. Sheldon had 5 donuts. How many fewer donuts did Sheldon have than Amy? Now, first graders, to solve this problem, okay, how many cupcakes did Amy have? How many cupcakes did Amy have? 7. Right here it tells us 7. So look down here. We have 7 cupcakes lined up right here. This is how many Amy had. Let's count together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So there are 7 cupcakes here. Now let's keep reading. Sheldon had 5 donuts. How many donuts did Sheldon have? 5. So look down here. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 donuts are right here now. Now the question it's asking us is, how many fewer donuts did Sheldon have than Amy? So they want to know how many donuts fewer did Sheldon have than Amy. Now look right here. Remember yesterday, first graders, I said if there's a picture on top at the bottom, all we're going to do is X them out, okay? That's all we're going to do. Now, do these 2 cupcakes, are there 2 donuts at the bottom? No, they're not. So therefore, these all get X'd out, and our answer is going to be 2 right here. You see that? Now, look right here at our math equation, okay? Here's our subtraction equation. Remember, the biggest number always goes up front. This 7 represents the 7 cupcakes that are up here. This 5 represents the donuts that are right here, okay? 7 minus 5 equals, because look, we have 2 that are left over. There's no donuts at the bottom, so therefore our answer is going to be 2, okay? So 7 minus 5 equals 2. Now keep looking at your screen as we're going to come to the next slide here. Now first graders, if you look here at this slide, let's look up here first. Okay, read with Mr. Bigay. Here we go. Troy has 5 toy cars. Brady has 9 toy cars. Who has fewer toy cars? How many fewer? Now, look right here now again. Let's read. Troy has 5 toy cars. Now, how many toy cars does Troy have? 5. It says here 5. So look here at this first row. There are 5 toy cars that they drew here for you. Okay, there's 5 here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now let's keep reading. Brady has 9 toy cars. How many toy cars does Brady have? 9. And look here, they drew out 9 toy cars right here. Let's count together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, look at the difference now, first graders, okay? Just by looking at this, who has more cars? Is it Troy or Brady? Which one has more cars? Brady has more cars than Troy. Look at that. You can tell just by looking at the picture. There are more green trucks than they are red cars. Okay, now Jada says here, Troy has fewer toy cars than Brady because 5 is less than 9. That is true, okay? Now look over here. It says, use cubes to find how many fewer. Start at 9 and count back. Now look right here. We have here, look, this green cubes represents these first set of toy cars. Look, there's 5 here and there's 5 green cubes that they put together. These green toy cars are represented by the blue cubes, okay? Now look here, first graders. Brady has 9 toy cars, okay? Remember, the big number always goes up front, okay? 9 is bigger than 5, so 9 has to go first. So 9 minus, and then up here, 5. There's 5 toy cars that Troy has. So you have to put 5 there equals. Now, what's left over, okay? See, they X'd it out for you. Now there's 1, 2, 3, 4. So the answer here is going to be 4. Jada tells us right here, you can also subtract to find how many fewer. Troy has 4 fewer cars, okay? Now just keep looking at your screen as I'm going to go over this again, okay? Now, let's come over here. Look at your screen. It says, do you understand? Show me. If you have 2 groups of objects, how can you tell which group has fewer? Now, boys and girls, let's use these kids as an example, okay? Look at that. Let me put these here so that way you can see what this really means, okay? Now, the first row has the same picture across. The second row has the same boy across too. Okay, watch, look. Here we have the same set of girls. Here we have the same set of boys. But boys and girls, which row has more? Are there more girls? Or are there more boys? Which one has more? The girls. Look, there's more girls than boys. Therefore, the boys have fewer, okay? This is the group here that has fewer than the girls because the girls have more, okay? You can really see that because look, there's one more girl here, but there's no boy underneath her. Therefore, there are more girls and there are fewer boys, okay? Now let's keep going. Look right here. Read with Mr. Big A. Stephen has 8 coins. Sarah has 2 coins. How many fewer coins does Sarah have than Stephen? Okay, look up here. Let's read it again. Stephen has 8 coins. How many coins does Stephen have? 8. So look right here. These 8 cubes, these yellow ones, they put them together. This has 8. Now let's keep reading. It says here, Sarah has 2 coins. How many coins does Sarah have? 2. And look, they use the orange cubes 2 to represent the coins. Now it's asking us, how many fewer coins does Sarah have than Stephen? Okay, look. First thing we have to do is look, we're going to have to put in the numbers here. Now, first graders, which number is bigger, 8 or 2? Which one is bigger? You can tell just by looking at this. Which cubes are bigger? This row, look, there's more yellow cubes. How many yellow cubes are these? How many altogether? Let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, look, right there's 8 again. So therefore, Mr. Begay is going to grab 8. We have to put it up front there. Now look, 8 minus, and then what number goes here, boys and girls? What number? 2. Because look, Sarah has 2 coins. Look, the next number, which is right here, 1, 2, has to go here. So watch. Mr. Begay is going to bring that 2. I'm going to put it right there. Now watch. 8 minus 2 equals, and we need our answer here. Now boys and girls, look. They already X'd out the cubes that are right here because look, there's no orange cubes on top of them. Okay? So look, our answer is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So Mr. Begay is going to grab number 6. I'm going to put it right there. And here is our subtraction equation. 8 minus 2 equals 6. Okay? And I'm going to grab this other 6. I'm going to put it at the bottom because there are 6 fewer coins now. Okay? You can tell just by looking at this. See, like I said, there are no orange cubes on top of these yellow cubes. So therefore, these 6, that's the answer here. Here we have 2 yellow ones up front, but look, they have 2 orange on top. So therefore, those do not get counted, okay? Now, just keep looking at your screen. Let's keep going. Ready? Number 2, it says, Anne finds 4 bananas in a box. Stacy finds 7 bananas. How many fewer bananas did Anne find than Stacy? Now, let's reread it again, first graders. Now, Anne finds 4 bananas in a box. Now, how many bananas did Anne find in a box? How many? 4. And look, here they put 4 purple cubes together to represent 4 bananas, okay? Now let's keep reading. Stacy finds 7 bananas. How many bananas did Stacy find? 7. And look, these red cubes, there's 7 of them that represent the bananas. Let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And just by looking at this, first graders, who has more bananas? Is it Anne or Stacy? Which one has more bananas? Stacy, because look, there are more red cubes here. You can tell because this one is longer than the purple one. You see that? Now, the question is, how many fewer bananas did Anne find than Stacy? Now, which cubes are longer? Which one's longer? The red one, right? Now, since it's the red one, how many of these cubes are together? Let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So since this one's the biggest, the longest, 7 has to go up front. Okay? So Mr. Begay is going to put 7 there. Now, this next number right here is the purple one. Now, how many cubes are in the purple row? You can tell because it says right here again. How many? Let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4. So 4 has to come right here again, boys and girls. Now here's our subtraction equation. 7 minus 4 equals, and we need an answer here. Now boys and girls, look. This red one, this first one, doesn't count because there's a purple on top. Remember, you X these out, okay? Now, how many are remaining here? Because look, there's no purple ones on top. So how many are right here now? How many? Let's count. 1, 2, 3. So 3 is our answer here, okay? Now look, here's our subtraction equation. 7 minus 4 equals 3. And all you do is you're going to put that 3 back down here. So our answer here is 3 fewer bananas, okay? So that's our answer right here. Now keep looking at your screen as I'm going to give you more examples. Let's look here at this screen now. Now, number 3 says, first graders, let's read it together. Cheryl buys 10 apples at the store. Christina buys 5 apples at the store. How many fewer apples did Christina buy than Cheryl? Now let's come back up here. Let's read it together. Cheryl buys 10 apples at the store. Now how many apples did Cheryl buy? 10. And look, boys and girls, there are 10 apples on that first row. You can tell because there are more apples on the first row. You see that? Let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So this first row represents Cheryl's apples. There's 10 here. Now let's keep reading. Christina buys 5 apples at the store. How many apples did Christina buy? 5. And look, the second row, they drew out 5 apples for you. Let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, boys and girls, just by looking at this picture here, who has more apples? Is it Cheryl or is it Christina? Who has more apples? Cheryl. Look at that. You can tell she has more apples than Christina. So, how many apples are up here? Since we know those are more apples, how many are here again? We just counted it. How many? 10. So Mr. Brigade is going to grab 10. I'm going to put it up front because we know the biggest number has got to go up front. Okay, 10. 10 minus what number goes here? How many are in that second row? 5. So we're going to grab 5 and we're going to put that there. Now, boys and girls, look. These apples up here on the top row, Cheryl's apples, are there apples down here at the bottom? No, there's no apples. So therefore, our answer is right here. Now, how many apples right here do not have an apple at the bottom? Let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So our answer is going to be 5. So therefore, boys and girls, we're going to put 5 right there now. There's our subtraction equation. 10 minus 5 equals 5, okay? Because look, there's no apples at the bottom of these ones. And all you do is you count these up. Now these ones up here, we're going to X out because look, there's an apple on top and there's an apple at the bottom, okay? So therefore, we would X these out. And therefore, our answer is going to be these ones that do not have an apple at the bottom, okay? Now, let me grab that 5 again. Let's put that there because that's our answer now. 10 minus 5 equals 5. And we have 5 fewer apples there. Now let's keep going to number 4. Let's read it. Beth writes on 3 cards. Joseph writes on 9 cards. How many fewer cards did Beth write on than Joseph? Now let's read it again. Beth writes on 3 cards. Now look at the bottom here. There are 3 cards here. 1, 2, 3. This represents Beth. Now it says, Joseph writes on 9 cards. And 9 cards are on top. Let's count it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So this top row is Joseph. This next row is going to be Beth, okay? Now just by looking at this picture, first graders, who has more cards? Who has more? Joseph. Look at that. Joseph has more cards than Beth because look, there's more cards here and Beth only wrote on 3 of them. Now first graders, let's look here at our subtraction equation, okay? Now, who has more cards? Joseph. How many cards are here? We counted it. How many? 9. So first graders, Mr. Brigade's going to grab that 9. I'm going to put it there. Okay, there's our first subtraction equation, 9. Okay, now, how many are in the second row? 3. So look, Mr. Brigade's going to grab that 3. I'm going to put it right there. Now here's our subtraction equation. We need an answer here. Now boys and girls, look. There's a card on top and there's a card on bottom on these first 3. So therefore, we would X these out, okay? Now look, these other cards that are right here, are there cards underneath here? No, there's not. So therefore, these are the answer, okay? Let's count how many cards that do not have a card at the bottom of them. Let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So our answer here is going to be 6. And there's our subtraction equation. 9 minus 3 equals 6. Now, all we're going to do is put 6 there, okay? Now look. 9 minus 3 equals 6. Therefore, there are 6 fewer cards, okay? Now, good job. Now, let's keep watching this. Look right here now again. It says, okay, draw a picture to show the subtraction. Then write an equation. Tell how many fewer. Remember, first graders, this right here is the equation, subtraction equation, okay? All we need to do is put numbers there, but look, we have to read this first to figure out what we are going to be working with. Let's read together. Keith makes 4 sandwiches. Vince makes 8 sandwiches. How many fewer sandwiches did Keith make than Vince? Now let's come back up here. Keith makes 4 sandwiches. Now look here. There are 4 sandwiches here. You see that? This is Keith, his sandwiches. Now let's read again. Vince makes 8 sandwiches. How many sandwiches did Vince make? 8. Look at, there are 8 sandwiches on top now. Now first graders, just by looking at these sandwiches here, which row has more? Which one has more? Is it Keith or is it Vince? Which one has more just by looking at the picture here? Keith, because look at that. There's more sandwiches here. Look at that. Keith has more sandwiches than Vince because look, these sandwiches, there are more here, but Keith only made 4 and there's not any at the bottom here. You can see just by looking at that picture. Now first graders, since this row has more sandwiches, this number goes up front here now. Now, how many sandwiches are here? Let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So look, Mr. Brigade is going to grab 8. We have to put it up front there because that's the sandwich that has more in there. Now, first graders, we have to get that second number now. Now, the second number is this bottom row. How many sandwiches are at the bottom? Let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4. So Mr. Begay is going to grab 4 and I'm going to put it there. Now here's our subtraction equation. We need an answer here. Okay, now look. 8 minus 4 equals, and we need a number here. Now just by looking at this, first graders, look. There's a sandwich at the top and there's a sandwich at the bottom here. So therefore you will X this out. You will X this out again. This next one you X out, and this one you would X out. But look here now. There are 4 sandwiches that do not have a sandwich at the bottom. You see that? There's nothing here. So our answer is right here now. Now how many sandwiches are here that are sitting by themselves with no sandwiches at the bottom? How many? Let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4. So first graders, our answer is going to be 4. Let Mr. Begay put 4 there. So here's our subtraction equation. 8 minus 4 equals 4, because look at our picture here. There are 4 sandwiches that do not have a sandwich at the bottom. But these other ones, they have a sandwich at the bottom. So you would just X these ones out, okay? And your answer is right here. Now, let me grab 4 again, and we just put that number there again. So therefore, 8 minus 4 equals 4. So therefore, there are 4 fewer sandwiches, okay? Now, first graders, go get a pencil and a paper. Once you get your paper and pencil, I want you to copy numbers 1, 2, 3, and 4, okay? Make sure you tell Mr. Begay how many purple cubes, how many orange cubes, and you're going to tell me which color has fewer cubes, how many fewer, and you're going to give me your subtraction equation right here again. Remember, you're going to use these up here to help you, okay? You're going to move on to number 2 once you're done with number 1. Same thing. And then come here to number 3. I want you to copy this section here. And then you're going to fill out your subtraction equation down here at the bottom. And then come here to number 4. The same thing. Copy this thing, read it, and you're going to use this picture here to help you. And then fill out your subtraction equation here. And once you are done, you're going to put it in a folder and you're going to turn it in on Friday. Now first graders, if you forget how to do this, rewind the video and rewatch it again. Remember, when you are done, put it in your folder because you're going to return it in on Friday. Now go ahead and pause the video right here because Mr. Begay is going to log off.